Welcome back to Hockey Talks. I'm Carl. That is Dave. Let's get right into it. Well, we're going to talk some Ovechkin again. Ovechkin ties Gordie Howe with 20 straight seasons with at least 20 goals. That's
a pretty interesting record for them to beat, for Ovechkin to tie, I guess.
That's a pretty impressive stat.
20 seasons?
20 straight seasons.
That's crazy.
At least 20 goals or more.
Yeah.
That's pretty tough to do.
Yeah.
Well, not a lot of people do that.
No, exactly.
Right? There's 20 straight seasons. I think Gordie Howe's the only one to. I don't know if he's the only one to do it. I think he must have been the only one.
It sounds like a pretty easy, thing to do. But the thing is, you got to stay healthy. Yeah. And for Gordie Howe, I'm pretty sure he didn't enter the NHL at an age of 18. I think he was a bit later. Do you know?
That I'm not 100% sure.
He
had, top of my head.
He had 26 seasons anyways, I believe. 26 full seasons or whatever. He played. And he didn't play till he was quite old. Yeah. But it's interesting that out of those 26 seasons, 20 of them in a row, Gordie Howe scored 20 goals back in the day.
At least 20 goals, yeah.
Yeah. So it's got to be, would you say harder for players to score goals nowadays?
I don't know. The game has changed a lot since Gordie Howe has played, right?
Yeah.
I would say yes. I mean, the sticks are a lot better.
Yeah.
Right?
But the goaltenders are a lot better too.
Goaltenders are a lot better. They have they're a lot bigger.
Yeah.
A lot bigger pads, and they keep shrinking the net. So, I would say it's harder to score now than it probably was back then. But I mean, they're two entirely different games from then till now.
Yeah, for sure.
Right? Completely played different. But it's still quite impressive what Ovi's been able to do, especially at the age of 38, I do believe he is now. Yeah, turning 39 probably. 20 straight seasons of at least 20 goals. To do it for that long.
And not have one season where you're injured or something,
Yeah. Staying healthy is a big part of it, right?
Yeah. So
it's pretty impressive to see that.
And that's going hand in hand with his Gretzky record that he's going to try and tie and break.
Maybe, right? He's getting close. 873 he's at right now. So,
okay.
Yeah, he's 21 away from tying.
Yeah.
This record. Regular
21 goals.
Record, let's put that straight. Regular season record.
894, I think.
894. Yeah, that's correct.
That's pretty crazy though, because he's got 21 then left for this entire half a season. Yeah. You have to wonder, is he gonna do it?
No.
You still don't think so?
No, I don't think so.
See, I don't know. Unless there's another injury that pops up, I'm starting to think that he might
get another 20 goals, and he's got half a season.
Right? In 40 games?
40 games.
A goal every 2 games.
It's a chance.
If he's healthy the entire time?
If he's healthy the entire time, there is a chance that he could do it. But I still don't think it's going to happen this year. I think it will be next year.
Yeah.
That is my opinion. I'm sticking with it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Fair enough. And we previously spoke about this. Yeah. And I mentioned, he's still got playoffs. But then we actually looked into it, and it's actually different. So he's competing for Wayne Gretzky's regular season record. Yeah. But there's also a Wayne Gretzky season plus playoff record. Yeah. Do you know how many goals that is?
Season 1,024?
1,024 or 1,016 or something like that.
Yeah, I'm not 100% sure, yeah.
Yeah,
something like that.
I think it was 1,016 or something on those grounds. So if Ovechkin were to break his season plus playoff goal record, he'd have to get 1,016 goals.
Yes, but those other goals would have to be scored in the playoffs. Oh, I guess total goal.
I guess just total.
The entire thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. Yeah, you'd have to beat that. But for a regular season record, 894.
Yeah.
Which he is 21 away from tying.
Very close.
Very close. He will beat it. It's not a matter of if he will beat it. Unless he gets absolutely injured and can't play anymore.
Yeah.
Which we hope that doesn't happen. But it's not pretty much a matter of when rather than if.
Yes. We shall see.
Which is exciting. I would like to see it.
Me too.
I would like to see it. It adds
we'll celebrate.
Excitement. It adds excitement to it, right? Records are meant to be broken.
Do something special.
Sure.
Well, yeah.
We'll see.
So, speaking of Gordie Howe, I got a question for you. I got 2 questions, actually. The first one is a real interesting thing, right? So, what year was the Toronto Maple Leafs last Stanley Cup?
67.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. Now, a bit of a weird question. What year did the Titanic sink?
Wow. Yeah. Okay. 67?
Nope.
Oh.
1912.
Okay.
Very
oh,
close.
yeah. 67. So I just thought for some reason it was going to relate to that. I don't know why I did that, but of
Oh, it
course
does.
it was like
It does
way
relate.
sooner than that.
So the
Leafs
Toronto
will
Maple
cost.
Leafs last Stanley Cup was closer to the sinking of the Titanic than today.
How does that feel, Leafs fan? Okay, I won't say anything.
Secondary question. Skipping ahead, we have Crosby playing. So Crosby playing hockey, and Gordie Howe played 26 seasons. We all know that.
Yep.
If Crosby were to play to the same age as Gordie Howe, what year would Crosby play until?
To the same age as Gordie Howe?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know exactly when he retired. What age he retired.
That's the trick.
So he would probably play. Crosby is 37. 41.
2038.
Oh, like the year.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, sorry. I was guessing.
I thought you guessed 2041. No, Gordie Howe was 52 when he stopped playing hockey.
52.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And then he actually did come back and he played a game when he was 69.
Oh,
he played a game.
Actually, regular season game?
Yeah.
I actually did not
I
know
forget
that.
what team. I think it was Detroit, but I forget which team it was. But yeah, he came back and played a game. So
Yeah.
he's a beast.
Yeah.
He's a beast.
Yeah.
He played hockey back when they were using cow dung. So
what did you say that number was? When Crosby would have to retire?
2038.
Wow. Yeah.
So just put that in perspective.
Yeah.
That's how old he was. The season count isn't the same, obviously, because Crosby started, I think, younger.
Yeah.
So if you were to play, though, until the same age as Gordie Howe, he'd be playing until the year 2038. And think of, being, first of all, in that amount of health. Think of Ovechkin playing until that year even.
Yeah.
Of course he's going to break some more records. But
absolutely.
Staying healthy during that time, though, yeah.
That's the tricky part, right?
Yeah.
When we look at playing that long, Jaromir Jagr,
Yeah.
he's also actually almost up to that age, right? And he's still playing. Although he did say that this year is going to be his final year playing professional hockey.
Yeah. I'll believe it when I see it.
Yeah, that's what I thought too. But he just kind of put that in perspective. There's still a guy going out there. He's probably not going to make it as far as Gordie Howe did.
Yeah.
And he's not in the NHL. He's also in the KHL.
Yeah.
Playing for a team that he owns. So he can keep playing.
It's like Trump playing his own golf course, yeah?
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah. Or Zach Hyman buying his own team.
Yeah. His dad.
His dad buying his own team so he can play.
Yeah.
With Zach Hyman, not to get off topic too much, but he bought an OHL team.
Well, that makes sense.
Did you hear about that?
No.
Yeah, he bought an OHL team. His family did.
For his son, probably.
It might have been. I don't know. But that just came out just recently. So
yeah.
And in other news, that's pretty crazy, that stat. I didn't realize. Yeah,
all these players are striving for new heights, and at the same time, they're all getting 1 year closer to retirement, right?
Yeah. Every day, it's a little closer.
Mm-hmm.
Speaking of retirement, actually, to get to this quick, Fleury has actually finally, I shouldn't say
Finally.
I would love to see Fleury play way longer, but he did say this year. Some reporters asked him whether or not he was going to continue, but he said absolutely not.
Yeah.
Absolutely not. This is his final year. He's done after this season. He's had an amazing career.
Yeah.
Went through some stuff, especially with Vegas, which is kind of odd that, the whole stabbing in the back thing that he did, or his agent did. Posted that picture. I don't know if you've seen that. Vegas is stabbing him in the back.
You can explain it or whatever.
Yeah, Vegas is stabbing him in the back. And
how so?
All that kind of stuff. It was with contract, and they said that he was going to be number one, and they didn't play him, and then they wanted to trade him, and then it was just a whole bunch of stuff going on behind the scenes there, and then Vegas gave him a welcome back. a final. Which, I mean, I guess he played there for what, a season? Hated every minute of it because of that. But there he is. Yeah, in his final season, Marc-Andre Fleury is set to retire after this year.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Legendary.
Absolutely. Another team that is playing legendary right now.
Legendarily.
Legendarily? Sure. The Detroit.
Red Wings.
Red Wings.
Yeah, they're on a 7-game winning streak, I believe.
7-game winning streak.
Yep.
Puts himself in a place for a race for the wild card spot in the Eastern Conference.
Now it's actually pretty tight. Yeah, there's Columbus, who's on a 4-game winning streak.
Yeah.
Ottawa is on a 2-game winning streak, and then the Red Wings with 7 games
Montreal's in there too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Boston's actually closer to the bottom than you might think they are.
Good for them.
Yeah. Hey. I mean.
So back to this Columbus stuff, though. It's interesting to see Ottawa actually making a run for the playoffs, for one.
Mm-hmm.
And for two, to see Columbus climb their way into the first time in a wild card spot since 2018.
Yeah.
It's pretty phenomenal. There was the year where they got like that round robin thing, and then they got a shoe into the playoffs because of that. Not including that. They weren't necessarily in the wild card spot.
Yeah.
But yeah, 2018. And then you have Detroit Red Wings. They got the new coach, and they go on a 7-game winning streak to get in a playoff race. They have 2 points out, and they have a game in hand. So, I mean, that's as of recording tonight, which is Tuesday, the 14th, I believe. So all 3 of them play tonight. We'll see what happens. Ottawa's winning as it stands right now, so we'll see if they win, they're gonna bump ahead of Columbus as long as Columbus loses.
Yeah, Columbus is also playing tonight.
What a race!
But yeah, I think it's gonna be like this right down to the wire. I mean, Detroit has put themselves firmly back in place with the new head coach Todd McClellan, which is seemingly turned this team around big time.
Yeah,
they were on a big slump before this and changed the coach, and it's amazing what that little things can do, right?
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. Now here's the question. Do you think it's temporary?
Yes.
Yeah.
I do.
We're not kidding ourselves.
They always get this high, right? When you change coaches or something changes in there, usually a team gets a big bump for a little while, but then it eventually comes crashing back down to kind of either moderate or they just come crashing way down.
Yeah.
Right? So we'll see what happens there, but right now they are on a roll. They play the Sharks tonight, which they are currently losing.
Celebrini is playing awesome.
Yeah. He has been playing really well. Still a top rookie in the league right now.
So do you think this is the middle of a big shift for them? Like in the next 10 to 15 games?
For San Jose?
Yeah, what do you think is going to happen? Because they've been struggling all year, but they have the Celebrini who's bringing a lot of chemistry to the team, and all of them are really trying because of it. You can tell. Eventually, there has to be kind of a point where, like a climactic point where they start winning some of these games.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, you can see it right now, but last year they were a laughing stock in the league, right?
Yeah.
They were down at the bottom and not even close to the next guys, right? And this year, they're third from the bottom.
Yeah.
Hey! It's a big improvement. Right? From going from,
you don't think it is, but it actually is.
But considering they hardly won a game last year, and they were getting blown out all over the place. They are not like that this year at all.
Yeah.
Mac and Celebrini has a big part in that.
If it's anything...
goaltending too.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, they did. Yeah, they have pretty good goaltending still. But, yeah.
And if it's anything that can be said for this Detroit winning 7 in a row, it's that it's still early enough in the season that something like that is very possible.
Yeah.
And I guess the idea is, well, they played the first half of the season together, building that chemistry, getting good. They've lost a lot of really, really close games.
Yeah.
So maybe some of those are going to start to go their way.
Yeah.
I mean, it would start off with putting Detroit back against, holding their... making them get a loss after 7 winning games is what I'm trying to say.
Yeah.
After a 7-game streak. That might let a fire under their butts.
Yep. Yeah, well, look at what St. Louis Blues did in 2019, right?
Yeah.
They were terrible in the first half of the season. Right after Christmas, they, for some reason, flipped the switch, and they went on a huge winning streak, got into the playoffs, and they won the Stanley Cup. Maybe something for Detroit this year.
Maybe.
It doesn't happen very often. Does not happen very often, but we will see. Right now, they are on a really good pace to get into the wild card spot right now, or at least a wild card spot. So if they keep this up, might be some exciting hockey for Detroit fans.
Yep. Be good to bring it back alive. Yep.
Calgary has also found their way into a wild card spot with their recent wins over the past
Who did they get out then?
Yeah, I think you know who. Canucks have been pushed out of a wild card spot thanks to Calgary and the fantastic play of Dustin Wolf, who has been a really, really key point in Calgary's winning streak, right? I mean, they won some here, and lost some here, right? Some bad games they've lost, but they've found themselves on the winning side more often than not in the last few weeks. But thanks to Dustin Wolf, I think he's playing fantastic goaltending for them. And if he can keep it up, I think Calgary will be in the playoffs.
Really? That's interesting.
If Dustin Wolf, but they definitely
those streaks never last, though, man. You know,
never do last.
They never do. That's why it's a team. It's a team that gets there. One player can play outstandingly, but everyone's he can play 10 games really, really good, but he does get into a bit of not like a lull, but he slows down.
Absolutely, yeah.
And that's when the team has to come in to help out, right?
Yeah, but sometimes stuff like this, and good goaltending also sparks, right? And then it sparks the rest of your team.
Yeah.
And then everybody starts jiving off that, right? So, and that's kind of what it looks like right now. They're getting great goaltending. The team wasn't playing great in front of them. Not at all.
Yeah.
But now they're starting to find scores from all over the place. Like their fourth line, third line, that's where they need to get some more depth. And if they can find that, I don't think they'll have a problem finding a wild card spot at least.
Yeah.
Right? But
hopefully there's room
they have to keep that going.
Hopefully there's room for 2, Calgary and Vancouver.
Yeah, it was nice to see that, right? But yeah, Calgary's picking things up and it's looking good right now.
Yeah.
Right? So we'll see how well that goes. Another really top team since they got into the league, really, has been the Vegas Golden Knights.
Mm-hmm.
A lot of people actually do not like them because they figured they got the lucky draft and they got all the way they did it before.
But I mean, you can't really say they didn't.
No, you can't.
Anyway, it's not lucky.
Right?
It's just the NHL was trying to make it a fair expansion. And it failed, you know.
It did,
but they learned from it.
Seattle didn't get that same treatment.
Exactly.
Not even close, but they got stabbed.
So I don't think that's a reason why they hate. I don't think that's a reason to hate them, though.
No,
you know, I just think it's something that people have to admit. You know.
And they won a Stanley Cup already, right? They had a really good team right off the hop.
Yeah.
They made the playoffs their first year, didn't they?
Yeah, they went pretty deep, I think, the first year, too, because that was the year, I'm pretty sure that was the year of the shooting where they made it to the final.
Yeah, against Washington.
And then they got owned.
And Washington Capitals beat them 5 or 4-2.
Yeah.
So, they had a good stacked team right from the start. And Vegas has been a top-tier team, barring last year when they didn't even make the playoffs. But there's a lot of injuries with their top guys, right? So this year, they have found themselves back in the top of the NHL, along with Winnipeg and Washington as well, with 61 points. So, yeah, they're another team to contend with here for the Western Conference. Vegas again.
Yeah.
As much as people don't like to see that all the time, which it's been 7-8 years since they've joined the league.
Yeah.
So, it might be time to get over it.
Mm-hmm.
It might be time. Vegas is a top contending team, and they will be for a while yet, I do believe.
Mm-hmm.
But, yeah, things are heating up in the playoff race. We're coming down to the trade deadline, which is going to be happening at the beginning of March, and we will try to keep you up to date of what is going to happen throughout these last couple months right up until that date. But once again, thanks again for joining us here on Hockey Talks, and we hope you have a wonderful evening.
Hada